All right, today I'm exhausted. Uh, I'm going on 14 hours of just gunning it, just doing it. Um, Pretty much worked all day, doing my dashes. Then, I'm on daddy duty, and now I'm doing this. And, it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have or how big or small you are. Um, Anything that you do with intent, like with the intention of just either making it a living or even a hobby. It's in your best interest to stay on top of it like it is a job, but don't stress out like it is a job because then once it feels like a job, I guess what I mean is just being consistent with what you do. And I'm here and I'm exhausted and we're gonna do it. All right. A lot of things came out today. It was pretty interesting. Again, I have the privilege and the luxury to, listen to audiobooks, documentaries, current events while I'm dashing because you don't, it's very rare that you have to like really communicate with someone. So if I did like today, I did about a 10-hour day of dashing, which yesterday I made a video when someone was saying, "Oh, you're a 45-year-old dashing." Like I love my job first of all for a few reasons. Um, One of the reasons is you work when you want, so long as you're consistent on the hours that you're working. And another thing, like if you're in a crunch and you need money, bro, there's unlimited overtime. All you have to do is just make sure you're not driving for like 14 hours a day, or if you are, chop it up. So anyway, um, a very productive day today as far as receiving information. And where are we at? Let's go here. We're going to share some information, some really interesting stuff. So, all right, we're going to start off with this dum-dum. So th this is a problem that we have. I want to say in the world, but specifically this country. I have to speak for my country because I live here. Listen, listen to this. Open your ears.
Remember about filming with Dr. Phil. But they made us do everything twice, and it was the most unorganic propaganda ever. They made me walk out the house twice. They made me walk on the plane twice.
Was they telling you to like look mean?
They didn't until I got there, and I used to smoke Newport. The lady see me outside smoking, and I would spit when I smoked. She was like, whatever you need to do when you get out there on that stage, kick, punch, spit. I said, whoa, 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 spit. What am I, Hamilton?
I don't know if I believe that. So she's bad-mouthing Dr. Phil. I mean, maybe they do. I just feel like we'd see a lot more of that and he would be exposed. Because if that is true, that is pretty messed up. But with this bad I thought it was Bad Barbie. This Bad Baby girl, the Catch Me Outside, like apparently she's made, nearly $50 million. A lot of it has to do with OnlyFans and just her exploiting her stupidity because that's just what it is. It's degeneracy. Just because you have an X amount of money, that doesn't make you more intelligent. What she would say is, she feels more intelligenter because, you just there's no substance that comes out of her mouth. I'm not trying to degrade her character. I'm just going by what I see when she's talking and what I hear. But again, just because you have X amount of dollars, that does not mean it doesn't mean that you're more intelligent or even better than anyone. And just
About
look at her
Dr. Phil. What do
demeanor.
you remember about filming with Dr. Phil?
But they made us do everything twice, and it was the most unorganic propaganda ever. They made me walk out the house twice. They made me walk on the plane twice.
Was they telling you to like look mean?
They didn't until until I got there, and I used to smoke Newport. The lady see me outside smoking, and I would spit when I smoked. She was like, whatever you need to do when you get out there on that stage, kick, punch, spit. I said, whoa, 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 spit. What am I, Hamilton?
I don't know about Dr. Phil. What do you?
All right, so moving on to the next thing here. Let's just get right into it. We had a little interruption and it's okay. So I want to start off this episode with Dum Dum that you just saw, but this is really important for parents to understand. As a parent, you have to be vigilant in everything that you do in this life, especially when it comes to your kids. This right here is just unacceptable, and I haven't heard the full story yet. But this is crazy. If you could read that headline, mom begs for return of missing New York teen after Roblox meetup. Please just tell us he's safe. I don't even understand how you allow your child, so this is the problem with parents. Just because their children turn into a teenager, you feel like you want to loosen up the protection and the safety guidelines for them. It doesn't matter what age you are as a human being in general. If you're going to ride a roller coaster, you're always going to put the straps on because you want to have fun, you want to enjoy the roller coaster, but that doesn't mean you take less precautions just because you're older. In situations like this is just heartbreaking, and I want to hear what they have to say. Just the headline alone is just disturbing.
Teenager who's been missing for more than 2 weeks. His parents believe he traveled to New York City to meet someone that he met on the gaming platform Roblox. Officials say 15-year-old Thomas Medlin was
15 years old. You let your kid just travel abroad at 15 years old. There's the problem with the United States of America and how our structure is set up. Our structure is set up where parents are so desperate to get rid of their children, and once they because you get fatigued, you get tired. Me, yeah, it's tiring, but I would never want to get rid of my child and not take on my responsibility or be extra hard on my child because I'm tired. If you're a parent, the job never stops, even when your child is an adult. And we're so ready to get rid of our kids at 18. I've heard it a million times. When you're 18, you're out of here. Then the kid says, when I'm 18, I'm out of here. I mean, I left at a young age, unfortunately. I wish I would have did things better, but what's done is done. But now I have the actual experience to sit down and tell people that I thought I knew everything at 15, left at 16, 17, came back, and then boom, I was gone, traveling abroad. And I put myself in a lot of dangerous situations. And you know what? At that time when I was growing up, there was no technology like we have now. We had the flip phones, etc. But to allow your child to meet up, like, who are they meeting up with? Why don't you know what is going on in your child's life? And I don't want to talk like I'm perfect because we all make mistakes, but I want to hear what's going on here.
last seen at Grand Central Station in Manhattan on January 9th. Thomas's mother, Eva Yan,
it's a long
joins
time,
us now.
bro.
Eva, thank you for coming on to talk about your son. What exactly happened on January 9th, two weeks ago?
So on January 9th was Friday. In the morning, he told us, "Mom, I will stay in school, just hang out with friends and the dorm, and please pick me up at 9 p.m." So around 9 p.m. with
What dorm? Is this a private school or something? Hold on.
sure, because we encourage all this social interaction with friends, with kids. He never did that before. So
Oh my God. He's never done it. All right. Okay.
at 9 p.m., my husband went to pick him up, and he waited, couldn't find him. So I told him, please reach out to the security, and he left the name with us because in the morning we asked him, whom you're going to hang out with, and he didn't leave a name. So my husband gave the name to the security, They immediately reach out to friend, and the friend say, you know, I only went to class with him today, and I did not hang out with him. So all the security from campus got involved looking for Thomas, and went to all the dorm, couldn't find him. The search went up to 12 o'clock in the morning, and my husband and my friend and I went out to look for him like 1 o'clock in the 12:30.
Yeah.
After that, we reported to Suffolk County Police.
Okay, and you found out that he had, right after school at 3:30.
So Suffolk County, I believe that's Long Island.
Had rushed over to the Stony Brook train station out on Long Island, taken the train into Grand Central. And I know the week before he had asked you, Mom, will you take me to Times Square? I really want to go to Times Square. Was he having chats with someone on Roblox? I know that surveillance video.
First of all, this kid is 15, but he looks like a complete child, not a teenager. And that's not to say that, oh, just because he looks a certain way, that doesn't. No, I'm just telling you, like, he looks like a child. And that's a problem when you have human traffickers. A huge problem. And he's a good-looking kid. That makes it even worse. And I'm not trying to say, oh, if you're ugly, you're not going to get snatched up by people for organ transplants or whatever the case is. But the reality is, you know, if you are a decent looking human being, you know, he looks fit or whatever, you are more prone to get snatched up more than anything. And I'm not trying to sound like an expert in this. We're just using common sense here. This kid, he looks like a kid. Like a child. He's a child. I mean, he is a child, but he's a teenager, technically. But I don't, the mother just seems so laxed, and I don't want to judge her or anything, but my God, dude.
They showed him on the platform in Grand Central. They tracked him, I think, based on his phone, over the Brooklyn Bridge. And he was last notified. The notification said he was last seen in Brooklyn, or last appeared in Brooklyn. Was he chatting with someone on Roblox? Was he going into the city to meet someone that he was in correspondence with on Roblox?
That was some friend told school. Thomas was talking to him, said, you know, I met somebody through Roblox. You know, I want to go meet this person. I believe
no, no, you say no. Unacceptable. Absolutely not. You say no. This is so important for people to understand, dude. You cannot put your guard down. Not in this world. I understand things were different back in the days, but this is a whole new world, dude. You do not, absolutely not, let your child in this world of where people are just vulnerable, bro. They are preying on everyone. You know, I've argued with the mother of my child for, you know, little things here and there, but I am very vigilant. The latest little debate we're having was with makeup. I'm not going to allow my child to just flush herself with makeup as a young teenager. Yeah, you could put some stuff on here and there, but we're living in a crazy world, bro. A crazy world.
From school told him, said, don't go, you know, it's not that safe. You have to watch out. So we didn't know all this. We found out when has been missing so long. So that was the latest information. What struck me during this time, because the time passed by each day,
I'm so sorry,
it become unbearable for us. It's when the officer and detectives trying to get information, it take a long time for all the social media to release the information. You know, even when sometimes when I call, I say I have a missing child. It's a minor.
Did Roblox release
still trying
anything?
to act.
What'd you find out? Did Roblox tell you these messages?
I don't. At the last time I spoke to the detective, I believe it just released some of the information, but it's just still working through what else is out there. You know, so couldn't find like a lot of information, but still active working with Roblox.
So you have
Well, first of all, hold on,
not
continue.
seen any messages. Were there messages between your son and whoever you think he was going to meet?
No.
No.
No,
What
not
about
at
what
all,
about the
because
information?
what
Can't
he
they?
did, yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can't Roblox go into the account, your son's account, and see who he's talking to, and then tell you who
They
he was meeting and
better.
find out that person's
They
location?
better.
No, not yet, because what happened initially when he set up
Not yet. That's terrifying. You're telling me that there's a missing child. There's a missing child and Roblox hasn't responded yet? When was this? Hold on a second, dude. January 27th. No, I'm retarded. That was yesterday. It's January 27th. The kid's been missing since the 9th. And Roblox hasn't released information, vital information that can help speed up the Dude, yo, bro. Dude.
the
Bro.
Roblox, the email would come to my personal email account. In order for him to change it, it would come like 2 codes with me. But secretly, he was able to break that, switch it to different Roblox account. I found out there's like 5 different Roblox account, and he set up his own personal email through the cloud. So this whole thing, was very unclear to me. So it was almost bypassed my email. He was able to, set up different security word. So he was almost left us like under dust.
Yeah.
That was what happened.
And how do you explain? Because teenagers are not watching this, right? They're not into the whole political news and stuff. Like these kids are not watching this, and they don't understand how dangerous these situations can be. So this should be a wake up call to all parents right now. Like once I'm done here, tomorrow morning, most likely I'm gonna do a triple check now. I try to keep tabs as much as possible. I give a tiny bit of liberty, you know, but you have to be vigilant when it comes to these things,
But
man.
let me share with you what Roblox is saying. They say we share everyone's hope for Thomas Medlin's safe return, and our thoughts are with him and his family. We conducted a thorough review to support law enforcement's investigation and found no attempts to direct him to an off-platform communication method or sharing of off-platform contact information, including users' names, phone numbers, or other communication methods. We will continue to provide any assistance that we can.
Okay, I
this
hope
is a
so.
chance. If your son is watching, what is your message?
I just want him to know we love him deeply and he's not in trouble at all. Whatever he did, we understand. And please, we just want him to tell us he's safe, because thinking about that each day, will he be? Is he safe? It's really put us, and it's like in hell, more than hell. So that's a deep message. We love him so much. We want him even send us a message, whoever this person he's staying with, have a kind heart. Let us parents know, or the family friend know, he's safe. Nobody's going to harm him. That's the
Yeah, and it is possible that he ran away. It would have been nice if she would have asked if there was any beef at home, if there was a problem, was he unhappy? I mean, I know it's tough to ask these questions because you don't want to change the narrative because everybody has their agenda, right? So if let's say, and they'll probably get into it, but I just want to call it out really quick. So if they go ahead and say something like, um, hey, so did your son have problems at home? What it's gonna do is gonna take away the urgency if he did have problems at home and if he did wanted to run away at certain times, because then that takes away from the importance of being vigilant. Like, okay, he wasn't snatched up or kidnapped, he just ran away with a guy or a girl on Roblox or whatever the case is. So it kind of waters down the fundamental. I always try to find the words. I have to work on my vocabulary, but I try to uh expand it when I'm talking about these things. And this is just really important to understand. Like, I get what Fox News is doing here, but at the same time, it would be equally important to find out how much danger is he in. Did he love home? Was he comfortable? Because they always show like the smiling pictures and stuff, and I just hate when media does this because they just tell you what. Of course, it's a narrative. That's my point.
Big message. Whenever he's ready to come home, let us know when we pick him up. And he's not in trouble at all.
Okay.
We love him more than anything in our life.
I know you say he's intellectually, he's just brilliant beyond his age, speaks like a college student, and he's only 15, which is at ninth grade. What can the public know about your son? What is he like?
He has been involved a lot. You know, he's very athletic, very loving person. Has a very good heart. He played tennis, played ping pong with me. Very good ping pong player.
Nice.
He's a world traveler. We have been taking him to Italy, to Greece, to Vancouver, to China.
And right there, yeah, I want you to think about this now. Now he knows how to travel. He knows how to get around. And I'm sure at this point he knows how to avoid kind of, dangerous situations. I'm not taking away, again, I'm not watering it down. I'm just saying it makes it more complicated now. And I can see how the cops can be less prone to make it like $1 million to $2 million effort to find this kid, which, in any case, we should take these things serious. But the thing is that these police officers and these people that are involved in these situations, they see it so many times, and they can almost predict what's happening. They can almost predict like motives and stuff. So it's really hard. I'm not saying that I don't take this serious. I'm just saying it makes it a lot more complicated. It makes it so complicated. Now he knows how to travel. That's a problem.
To Japan, to Canada, to so many places.
Oh,
He has been
Lord,
traveling
have
almost
mercy.
every year.
That means he
And
has a
also he's
passport.
Black Diamond skier. We bring him to
God,
skier
dude.
every single year. And also we have a cabin in New York. He's a snowmobile rider, a dirt bike rider. He plays
plot
piano,
thickens.
went to Carnegie Hall to play, won the second place internationally.
In other words, he's not stupid. He's highly intelligent. If what she's saying is for real, this kid is highly intelligent. He knows exactly what he's doing. And I'm not hoping that he got snatched up by a random person. But at the same time, I'm hoping that he's not dicking around with his parents.
He speaks Chinese, speaks Spanish,
Oh,
Chinese
Lord.
speaking for more than 10 years.
Yeah, Eva,
Holy.
Everybody he crossed in life.
He could blend
Yeah.
right in.
Loves him.
you have
Everybody
given
loves
him
him
a
so
great
much.
life, and I know he wants to come home. If anyone has any information, please call police to help bring
Oh,
Thomas
Lord.
Medlin back home. He's only 15 years old and has a whole life ahead of him. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll be saying prayers for him.
Thank you so much for putting me on the air. Hopefully
you
he can
so
see me. I wear blue, favorite color. Thank you.
I think, in my opinion, this kid, they were having problems at home because, when a kid turns a teenager, they want to be rebellious. And it all depends on the DNA because you can't treat all teenagers the same. There has to be some kind of motive. And when you're not involved in their, like he's bypassing security to make fake accounts. This kid is not stupid. He can speak Chinese, Spanish. He knows how to travel, has a passport. I think, in my opinion, and this is just from analyzing what we just saw. I'm not trying to make any calls or anything and say like, oh, this is what happened. In my opinion, it's possible, highly possible, and I'm sure a detective will, pick up on it as well because they're intelligent people. I think that they think that this kid is playing games with his parents. He was probably upset. And that's why I said it'll be a lot more important if she would have asked, like, are there problems at home? Because most likely there are. And I'm telling you why. because the way the mother just framed everything, like, I hope he's watching. If you're listening, just come back home. We'll come pick you up. You need money, we'll send it, etc. That's not what she said, but I'm just, paraphrasing here. I think that's the case. I hope that's the case, but at the same time, I hope not, because you shouldn't be playing around with your parents like that. Like my sister did it, I did it, and you just rebel, and that's what comes with a broken household. So just because they are showing happy pictures of them, and she's giving him all this praise, and which is important to understand. At the same time, it's not always what it seems. So I really, really hope that this kid comes out safe. I hope he did not get snatched up. And if he does come back home because he did this purposely, there should be consequences. Don't take him in with open arms. Like at first, yeah, I missed you, whatever, but there should be heavy consequences. Heavy consequences because this is not right. Um, it's not right. I did it to my mom, and the consequences were heavy, you know? And it wasn't that I went years without actually communicating with my mother. I'll check in and say hi, I'm good, but I went years and years without having that core foundation with my mom. I was really angry. I was upset. I dealt with so much, and I wish the best for them, man. I really, really do. Um, so there was a lot of things I wanted to go over, but we're gonna save that for the next segment. And let's see here. Yeah, again, I really hope that everything works out well for this kid. And if you can see me by chance, which is one in a trillion, stop being a fucking knucklehead and go home, dude. Fucking kids.